I bet I can run faster than you.
Hello, folks, and welcome to Looney's edition of Guild Wars 2 Beta, which is actually really, really awesome. This video is pretty much going to be focusing on just the technical, work that they've put into like a lot of the detail and artistic venues, and basically I'm running around the home instance and showing you different things and part of the storyline for the particular character that I'm on, and just giving you kind of a first-hand of how things look in the game. Right now, if you're watching me run around on my little Guardian, I apologize first and foremost for the stopping and starting. I have not quite figured out how to slow walk. I think there's actually options in game, but I'll be honest with you, I wanted to focus more on, what was going on. The detail in this game is amazing. Like right now I'm zoomed in on the armor of the Guardian, and even though it's, obviously it's like an equivalent to white gear in WoW, it's very detailed. I mean, you can tell it looks like each chain link is linked on her armor, and that to me is pretty cool. I mean, you don't see that in like a lot of the older games especially. Right now I'm running through Divinity's Reach. Basically this city is very massive. It's one of the home cities, obviously. It's for humans, and you get your own particular home instance here if you are a human. To my understanding, other races have their own home instances within their other cities. I'll be honest, I've pretty much just played human so far in beta. The other class that race that I was very interested in was Sylvari, but they're not going to really allow us to kind of look into that. When you get to your home instance, obviously you can port into it, and the cool thing about home instances is hopefully, right now I've not been able to experience this, but you can bring friends that you wish into the actual instance itself with you, and show them, your personal storyline as it's progressed. And having played it a few different characters, you'll see a lot of the same characters in each home instance, no matter what character you're on. It's just how your character storyline is set up to begin with, how you can interact with them. This is another cool thing. I mean, you've got citizens walking by you throughout the city. They're talking, hear the chattering through, your headset or however you have your sound routed. And, I mean, it's just the detail that they've put into this city in its own is in my opinion, one of the, greatest aspects of the game thus far. I mean, from a role-playing mindset, you've got to kind of look at it in that kind of light. Right now I'm just messing around with spells, different Guardian abilities. I love that ability, by the way, the big shield of, push things back and, paladin greatness type thing, even though you're a Guardian. Unfortunately at this level, which right now it's got me in the instance at 3, I'm technically level 4 outside of instancing. Basically, I can't switch between the weapons yet, except for manually doing it like I just did. And did you see the little flip with her mace? That was so awesome. The little detail on that, I mean, you don't see that in many other games. You see them pull out their sheath and woo, I've got a new weapon, but the little flip right there just gets me every time. And just, here I am, I'm just kind of showing off a little bit of the abilities. You can read it right there as to what each one does. Does that mean that I use it effectively? Of course not. I have not figured it out yet. There's so much about this game that I've got to kind of get a grasp on. I'm too used to other game mentalities, basically, of you stand there and shoot at something, or you run in and you kind of AFK melee something. So, I mean, it's a different kind of world, and I'll show you a little bit of combat throughout her personal story. This is actually cool right here, because you can see actually part outside of the home instance itself. Yeah, shut up, Noble.
My time is precious.
Just because I was born on the streets doesn't mean that I'm not special too. I'm the hero of Shaymore. Ain't that right? See, you know who I am, right? Well.
My time is precious.
The cry emote obviously does work. I'm sorry. You'll see me try a bunch of spam later on, but basically that's the only one of the few that I was able to get to work. And there's a strange guy with a little kid over here. I cannot tell if it's a little boy or a little girl. At least they're friendly. Oh, this
Can I
one's
help
friendly
you?
too, and he's a noble.
What can I do for
The other
you?
ones are just like, I don't want to talk to you. My time is precious. Stupid nobles. Yeah, hi, stupid noble. Anyway, I'm running around through here. This is one of the areas in my home instance. I mean, this place is big. This is nothing like any home instance that I've seen. Granted, I've only played a few different games. I've basically messed around between World of Warcraft, which is my heavy background. I've played around with Lord of the Rings Online. I've played Final Fantasy XI. I've tried SWTOR. I've tried, you know, a few other ones. I never got into Rift because all I had to do was watch it and be like, oh yeah, I don't really want to play that. This emote actually works. Sit actually works. And I have to say, that is an interesting pose. I was like, well, this is not an interesting scene right there. No, not at all. Anyway, basically, you know, the home instance that I found for this particular game in Guild Wars 2, it's massive. I remember in Final Fantasy XI, the first time I ever experienced kind of a player housing aspect with the Moogle House, or whatever it was called, and you could put your furniture on there, you can make furniture, and it would allow you to have extra storage or what have you. I remember in Lord of the Rings, I really started to like it because you could decorate, and, you know, I'm a girl. I mean, obviously, if you cannot tell, I am a girl. I like to decorate. I can't help it. I'm sorry, but not really. But as you can tell, you don't really get that aspect in this particular home instance. You have it already decorated for you, though, as you can tell. I get lost in my home instance. It doesn't matter if I've got a map pulled up, a map in the corner, I get lost. It does not matter. These are your own personalized little weaponsmiths or armor smiths. If you need to, you know, have something made for you, you can just come to your home instance instead of having to walk around in the main cities. Not that lag's really an issue in this game. I have my settings up pretty high. I honestly don't think I have everything turned up. I usually keep shadows turned down even on my computer, but basically you don't really have a too lot of lag, other than she sounds funny.
Hello,
other than
youngster.
basically, you know, what you come with. I've already lost my train of thought. I'm watching the game again, and I really want to play it. Basically, though, I mean, it's all set up for you. You don't have to really decorate anything. I'm pretty sure ArenaNet's going to let you get pretty dresses, which is
Welcome.
awesome. I really like the idea of pretty close to where around town. That's another thing I'll show you a little bit near the end of this particular video is a thing called town clothing. You can switch into it instead of your armor that you normally would wear, and when you're in town, you can kind of wear the, you know, the less armored look, the just, you know, casual attire, I guess as you would say it. For our peers, this is it's an amazing dream because, you know, this is things that we've wanted in several different games that some games give us and some games don't. Other games just refuse to give us, like World of Warcraft. No rats, no, I don't mean to bash any other guilds, not really. I mean, this is all my opinion. Oh, by the way, as I state these things, these are all my opinions based in this particular game. I'm showing you this, and I made the footage of this so you can kind of see a lot of my friends in particular who play World of Warcraft, who love World of Warcraft, and I will admit it, I've already put my $5 down. Hi to you too, dude.
Hello, stranger.
I've already put my $5 down on Mista Pandaria, Pandaland, whatever it is, and, you know, I have people that still play and I want to play with them too, but I also want them to see that even though this is Guild Wars, and a lot of people really judge harshly on Guild Wars 2 based on Guild Wars 1, this is nothing like Guild Wars 1. You've got the lore as a backdrop from Guild Wars 1, but the game system itself it's completely different. It actually handles quite a bit like WoW as far as the combat goes, except for you dodge, you don't just stand in place. You'll see a little bit of that later on. See, this is so awesome. I can talk to NPCs like this.
Welcome.
It's not, I mean, while they're just standing there, you have the few that are just standing here. You have some that are just walking around and just, you know, kind of like a real city. I mean, it looks very real here. I mean, the lighting effect, I mean, as an artist, you look at things like this. I mean, most gamers probably don't even care if that light on that wall makes sense because of the light standing right next to it. You know, the lamppost. It's basically one of those things that I look at those kind of things because it attracts my eyes, it attracts my attention, and I like to appreciate art for what it's for. Here I am jumping in front of someone. Oh, you didn't see me. You didn't see me jumping in front of you. Look at me jumping. Bam. Sorry, I'm sure you people are probably like, oh my god, what are we listening to? Who is this person? What is going on here? Oh, apparently she did something naughty. This soldier's following her. Okay, here we come to part of my personal story. This is basically where things kind of take place in your home instance so far from what I've told. And as you can see, work in progress.
Hey, there you are. It's great to see you back on your feet.
The acting in this is actually very well good.
Come on, let's go for a drink. I'm buying.
You're buying? Oh, this must be a special occasion. Owen, thanks for coming to see me when I was injured.
Hey, that's what friends are for. Besides, did you see the priestess of Dwayna? Cute.
Quinn, there you are. I'm gonna gut you right here and now.
Wait. Why are you so mad? I didn't do anything.
That's the point.
The thing that I like about this, I mean, not to
supposed to back
interrupt
up Riot Alice,
the wonderful acting here,
but you
this is
didn't
actually
do anything.
probably some of the best
And the
acting
Widowmakers
I've heard
took
in
her.
video games. But,
Hello, Pete.
I mean, granted,
It's been a while.
I'll be
What's
honest,
the
I don't really
problem here?
pay much attention to these things until recently.
So, you're back.
The detail
Just in
on
time to
their
protect your
faces,
idiot friend
like
again.
this Two-Blade Pete
Problem
fellow,
is,
I mean,
Quinn got
the
one of
wrinkles
ours
and
caught by a
everything just
rival
look,
gang. I want
it's
Alice
just
back,
exquisite.
or I want
I mean, you can
Quinn's
tell
heart
it's a
on a
game.
stick.
We'll get
You
Alice
can still
back.
obviously tell
You
that
said
it's
the
a video
Widowmakers
game,
have her,
but
right? We'll take
basically,
care of them.
it's
And
still
after that,
very
Quinn's account
very,
is
very
settled. He owes you nothing.
realistic kind of feeling. I mean,
Fine.
you can see this
You bring Alice to
actually
me and
happening,
we're
I
square.
guess is the best way to say it,
If
which
you
really
don't,
kind of draws me
You
more.
both bleed to death in the gutter. You know where to find me.
It kind of works in the same way as any other game, as you can
Lead
see
on.
right there. It gives you a quest thing.
The
But I will
Widowmaker's
warn you,
hideout
this is
just
not all
around
the game
corner.
is about. Most of this game is about exploring and helping.
Listen, I'm sorry you got dragged into this, but hey, you're really
I
bailing me out.
gotta lead him around. Yay, escort quests. You can never get rid of them, even in Guild Wars 2. This is me. You'll have to forgive me. I do this in WoW too. That's why the minimized maps in World of Warcraft was the best thing ever for me, because I could just keep the map window open as I ran around places. Even though there's a little thing in the corner that shows me where I'm at, it just does not ring a bell for me for some reason. I'm like directionally challenged, as you can tell. Here I'm turning around again. It's pretty bad. Even though there's little green arrows right in the right corner. See, I'm standing here, I'm actually sitting here watching it, and I'm like, why am I going in the completely opposite direction from what I'm supposed to do? Oh, hey, people. Just run around town here, you know, I'm just with a friend, you know, we're not doing anything mischievous, like, you know, helping gang members. But, I mean, the other thing that's really cool that I've seen about this game, you know, is just the level of, you know, story, the level of, you know, locations, of particular little tidbits of you know, voice acting, and I mean, that thing right there, off to the left, I don't even know what it is, but it looks really cool. This alleyway looks really cool. You know, they have book carts. I mean, like, that's a fruit cart, and they've got book carts that you can actually, in some of the areas, like in the actual main city outside of the home instance, you can click on them. Here I am, I'm like, open the door.
What do you want?
By the way, I did leave my error markers off, so that way you don't see me spazzing out any more than you already do.
I
It's,
saw a few of these clowns hanging
it
out
can
under
get
the
bad.
bridge.
I
Let's get
spaz
the
my
password
camera
from
around
them.
quite a bit, and I can't help it. It's just how I learned to play video games, unfortunately, on a PC. Before this, I played Final Fantasy VIII,
I saw a few
you
of
know,
these
for like
clowns
4
hanging out
years,
under the
getting
bridge.
every
Let's
single
get the
thing known to
password
man.
from them.
So, I mean, except for the last weapon. I couldn't get the last weapon, but anyway. So here I am. I'm still running around on my little personalized story. If you want, the little quest thing pretty much says where I'm at right now. I've got to intimidate the Widowmaker thugs, and, you know, he's like, they're kind of under the bridge, I think. So I'm like, I'm just gonna drop down on him like a bad guardian that I am. Boom! See what I mean? It's like pushes him back. Now the thing about this combat, this is where it really sets a standard for me, is that right there is called a dodge. You hit your button twice, basically, the directional key that you're wanting to dodge in. Right there, I evaded that shot. Instead of an area effect being thrown down, which they do happen like that in particular events and everything. Right there is an area effect. Basically, it comes down to you have to keep moving in this game. There is really no chance to kind of stand still except for more than a few seconds. Or depending on, you know, what's going on in the event, you can. But most of the time you're dodging and moving because you can dodge arrows. You can dodge an arrow to the knee.
They didn't protect me. I don't owe them anything.
Salma's Bloomers, it's just amazing.
Password is Salma's
I would almost
Bloomers.
name a character that. I could possibly do that. I'm gonna name a character Salma's Bloomer. Here I am. My typical RP fashion right here. I have to say something. Yes, run heathens. Run, you heathen bandits, run. So now I'm running up this little hill here. It's kind of entertaining. I can ramble all night for any of those, you know, sitting here like, oh my god, this person's still talking. Does she ever breathe? And this is me quoting a song that I hear at work, sadly. I hear this song at work, and it stuck with me, and when I saw the wishing well on my little quest here, I had to sing it, you know, the wishing well, a wishing well, or whatever it is. I don't even know. I'm not going to sing for you guys. I'll spare your eardrums. Now I'm lost. Most people don't have as much trouble with the mapping system, but unfortunately, if you're watching me, you will probably be just as confused as I am. When lost, look for the little star of hope. I call it the green star of, you know, well, we have it now. Open the door. Salma's Bloomers, it's so awesome. Boom! They're mad at me. Guess what I got? Got a shield bash. Smack him in the face. See, that was really weak. And I'm just like, yeah, look at my victory, and I'm gonna come over here and smack this person now. I'm still getting very used to combat, you know, especially as a melee in this game. This is my first melee character that I have actually leveled in there. You can kind of watch the frame for different things. Like, see, right there I can actually stand still, basically. Because I got my friend with me who's, like, bashing on him too, so I don't really have to worry about it as much. And this is when I stand still, and I just got hit by an arrow, and I'm pissed about it. Oh, yeah, look at that. I'm gonna hide from you. Oh, it went through the wall? Really? Okay, I'm gonna smack you now. Basically. And that right there is actually a heal. As you can tell in this game, there is really not a particular healing class. You have support classes that have healing abilities, like Guardian has that little throw down area effect, basically. But, as a whole, you're in charge of your own healing with your 6th key.
Thanks for the rescue. I was really starting to hate these guys. As for you, Quinn, this almost makes up for you getting me caught in the first place. Almost.
Hey, I always clean up my own messes. You were never in any danger.
Right, Quinn. Whatever you say. Come on, we need to get Alice back to Two-Blade Pete.
I'm right behind you. Anywhere's better than here.
Now I gotta go take her back to Two-Blade Pete. So that'll be fun. Here I am, lost again, like, which way do I go? Oh, the green star. Look for the green star. When in doubt, look for the green star. But that's in particular if you just want to do your personal story. Whenever I show some footage from my Elementalist and from my Mesmer, you'll see a little bit of a different kind of atmosphere. This is more of a typical MMO quest type situation.
Lucky for you, Quinn, you made it. Good thing Alice isn't hurt.
I like her armor.
No thanks to
I wish
you,
that I
Pete.
had her armor.
Were you gonna leave me with those goons?
Like the
I thought you needed me for
sleeves.
the apothecary job.
Shut up about that. Now, as to you, Quinn, you're off the hook for Alice. But as part of the gang, I've still got work for you.
That wasn't the deal, Pete. We dealt with the Widowmakers, Alice is back, and Quinn's out.
Hey, don't stir things up. Pete can make things really difficult around here for me. As long as I'm on the streets, I need to cooperate with him.
Don't be an idiot. Pete's not your friend. He thinks everyone's expendable, especially you. You're just gonna get into trouble again.
Sure, I know that. Come on, trust me. I just have to stay one step ahead of him.
All right. It's your life. Be careful, Quinn. I'm not always gonna be around to lend a
Quinn.
hand.
I like this. I mean, you see the actual expression in her face there for a second. That's another thing that's really awesome about this game is that scene right there. I mean, that's how my character actually looks. I made that face. I didn't actually adjust it. I'll be honest, I spent a lot more time focusing on just getting a character created enough to where I can play them, because I wanted to be able to test between my work schedule, obviously, you know, and give my feedback to ArenaNet, so that way they'll know my thoughts on it. But this is also another reason why I'm doing the video, is in case ArenaNet reads up on this or watches it or what have you, they'll know my thoughts. I'm very impressed with the game thus far. I think there's very few things that they could probably alter. A lot of it's going to take time and just kind of seeing where games progress in general. Ah, Logan Thackeray.
Thanks for coming. Not too busy to have a word with me, are you? I need some
Again,
information about a
acting in this
thug
is
named
pretty
Two-Blade
good.
Pete.
And Logan Thackeray,
Pete, huh? Yeah,
I
I
keep
know
wanting
him.
to compare him to Alistair,
He's always been
but
trouble. These
it's
days,
one of
the
those
less I
things
have to
that
do with him, the better I like it.
I tried my
Glad
best
to
to
hear
not
that.
be like, Logan
This gang's mischief's
Thackeray.
getting downright deadly.
And then, after playing for the beta
Know anything about what they
weekend,
might be
I'm just
planning
like,
next?
Logan Thackeray.
I just helped my friend Quinn settle a score with him,
ArenaNet knows
and I
the
heard a
female
member of his
mind
gang
too
mention
well, I
an
think.
apothecary.
But anyway.
That mean anything to you?
Apothecary. Pete's goons have been sniffing around in Shaymore. There's an apothecary there. That might be their next target.
My friend Quinn is mixed up in this. Can you give me a chance to talk him out of it?
That's asking a lot, but for the hero of Shaymore, I'll try. Get Quinn out fast. My soldiers will move in as soon as they see trouble.
This is what you get to do as the beta. Basically, I get to tell them my opinion of things, and most of them are pretty high. There were very few things that I did that I didn't really enjoy. Most of the time, you know, I love those. Anytime you level, you
Progress
get a little
makes perfect.
saying like that of some kind, and it's always cool. This is the story part. Actually, you can see right now while I'm flipping through it to kind of see skill points and, you know, the storyline where I'm at thus far. And you have, you know, if you worked through Guild Wars 1, you have your Hall of Monument info through here, and basically a little way to keep track of your story. It's like a personalized journal. It's very cool that they keep it that way. Let's see, and that's up to the point right there. And now I'm actually going to grade. This is how I view it. I grade ArenaNet. It was pretty fun. I thought the difficulty level was about medium. It was almost too easy. The story was interesting for me, and, you know, the characters, I liked the acting in this. I mean, the voice acting is pretty good. I've, you know, not really ever had much with voice acting for some things. And SWTOR had its good moments and stuff too from the little bit that I did play. I'm comparing my height to Logan Thackeray. I'm actually taller than him on my character. It's pretty funny. Anyway, I mean, that pretty much is about to wrap it up for this particular video that I have made. Like I said, this is kind of my first go at this, so please judge lightly. This is basically just my thoughts on, you know, the kind of home instance and how you can kind of look at the details of things and kind of get an idea for yourself if you like how the game itself is looking thus far. Now, keep in mind, this is just Divinity's Reach. I actually did not get to see many big cities, unfortunately, and video any footage of it. The weekend that this fell on was my store inventory, so didn't really have a whole lot of time, unfortunately, to devote to, you know, furthering this game along. But at any rate, I hope that you guys have enjoyed the video. I hope that you kind of like what you're seeing, and I plan to post up some stuff as far as my Mesmer, a lot more combat, some more of the personalized story. I also have some Elementalist footage from, granted these are all like pretty low level characters, so but I just want you guys to kind of see how the gameplay is for those of you who are just now getting interested. For some of you, my friends, who I'm trying to get interested in this game, I'm trying to tell you, if you're an RPer, you will love this game. I mean, look at the detail in this inn alone. I mean, the wall pictures, the furnishings. I mean, right now, I'm pretty sure they're going to add emotes into, you know, for the RPing type. But I mean, it just has a really very good feel to it. I enjoyed my beta weekend, and like I said before, I want the game out so bad now it's not even funny. But I guess on a last note, like I said, I'll be posting a few more. Hopefully you guys will tune in. If not, I hope you enjoyed what you saw. If not, you're missing out, because Guild Wars 2 is awesome. I hope to post up the next video with Messmer information in the next few days, and I hope everyone has a good night. Here I am at the end here, looking at my story and traits and everything. As my final act, I shall show you the glory that is Town Clothing. As soon as, you know, I click on it. There we go. Takes a second to load. Not bad. Not bad. Everybody gets that, and I'm assuming they'll give us more with either microtransactions or in-game stuff. Thank you guys. Have a good one.